Hello. We left the gate 2014 Axis Hamur paper at question number 50. Okay, because of missing data. Okay, now I have come up with the original question paper with the data given. Okay, a rigid closed now question number 15 is a rigid closed vessel is initially filled with 2 kg of water, which is a mixture of saturated liquid and saturated vapor states at 2 bar. The vessel is placed in an oven which heats the mixture to critical state. Using saturated and critical property values from the table given below, the heat transferred from the oven to the vessel is dash kilojoule. The properties of specific volume and internal energy at two bar pressure and at critical pressures are given. Okay. So option A 3035.8, B 3040.6, C 3036.2, D 3044.9. Okay. So here mm, the here we can see that the mass of the water is 2 kg. Okay, that is fixed. Okay, no mass is added further, and the system is a closed system, so it means the volume is also fixed. Okay, so when heating takes place, then the heating takes place at constant volume. Okay, because no change in volume has been observed, okay, and no change in mass has been observed, okay. So the specific volume will remain same, okay. So the process is constant volume process, okay. It is constant volume with addition, okay. So volume before heating will be equal to volume after heating, okay. After heating, it occupies critical volume, okay, and before heating, let the balance between x, okay. Now from now considering the drainage section as x, we can have that Vf volume before heating will be Vf plus x bracket Vg minus Vf. Okay, so that value is Vg. Okay, 5.8 that value is Vf 0.001605. Okay, so uh, from this we can have drainage fraction. Okay. So Daniel's fraction is your 0.00236 Okay. So this is the value of Daniel's fraction. Okay. Now the specific now the heat is being added at constant volume, so it will lead to change in internal energy. Okay. Now we will calculate the internal energy before heating and change in internal energy after heating. So internal energy before heating is this UF plus sinus fraction into Vg minus Vf. So this is 504.9 or then plus 0.002367 Vg minus sorry Ug minus Uf that we can get from the table. Okay, that is Ug, that is Uf. Okay, and the final internal energy is that internal energy at critical volume. Okay, so this is critical pressure. Okay, so this is final internal energy, okay, per kg. Now the heat added will be the difference of these two. Okay, so the heat supplied will be because it is being supplied at constant volume, so it is in by so it is 3040.63. Option B is the final answer. Okay. Next, the equation of state for a certain gas is given by V is equal to RT by T minus C1 by T square plus C2. Here C1 is the where C1 is where C1 is 50,000 Kelvin square meter cube per kilogram and C2 is 0.8 meter cube per kilogram. The relationship curly H by curly P. T constant is equal to V minus T curly V by curly T. P is known for the gas. The inversion temperature given by the condition del H by del P T constant is equal to 0. Okay, is dash dash. Now you have to find out the inversion temperature, and now we have this relationship V is equal to this RT by P minus C1 by T. Okay. Now here the relationship is given as in terms of conductivity P. Okay. Now we have to find out this. Now from this relationship, keeping P as constant, we can find out conductivity by conductivity. Okay. So here it will be R by P. Here it will be 2 C1 by P cube and it is 0. Okay. Now P putting no multiplying it by T. Okay. So because we need this T VT with the value of P T. Okay. So it will be RT by P plus 2 C1 by T square. Okay. Now again now finding this value V minus T something over T. Okay. We have this RT by P. We we have this RT by P minus C1 by T square plus C2 minus RT by P. This value, okay. Here value C1 will come at here. Okay. C2 minus V C1 divided by P square. Okay. Now for inversion temperature, this del H by del P, consumer del P is at temperature constant is 0. Okay. So from by putting this equal to 0, we can have uh, as value of C1 and C2 are given, so we can have P as 432, 433, okay. Next. The maximum pressure and temperature in an air standard diesel cycle are 44 bar and 1600 Kelvin respectively. If the maximum pressure and temperature are 1 bar and 300 Kelvin, if the minimum temperature and minimum pressure and temperature are 1 bar and 300 Kelvin respectively, then the cutoff ratio, the ratio of the volume at the end of heat addition process to the beginning of the heat addition process is A1, B 14.9, C 2.809 and D 1.8. Now we have to calculate the cutoff ratio. Okay. Now maximum pressure and maximum temperature is given as it will be. This is the ideal uh, diesel cycle. Okay. This is one two process. That is isentropic process. This is constant pressure process. This is isentropic process. This is again constant volume. This is constant volume process. Okay. The maximum pressure and maximum temperature will occur at three. Okay. That is so P3 is just 44 bar and P3 is just 1600 Kelvin and minimum temperature and minimum pressure will occur at A1. So P1 is your 1 bar and P1 is your third 300 Kelvin. Okay. Now the compression ratio is given. Now now we can calculate compression ratio. Okay, because P2 is equal to P3, that is constant pressure process. Okay, so and P1 is your 1 bar, so that ratio is 4. Okay, so we can calculate compression ratio, that is V1 by V2 is equal to 14.92. Okay, now the pressure ratio is P2 by P1. Okay, equal to P2 by P1 gamma divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, now gamma is your nothing but 1 by 4. Okay. Now we can calculate using isentropic relationship pressure and temperature at point pressure, temperature, and volume at point 2. Okay. Now this is temperature at point 2. Okay. Now using at 2 and 3, P2 V2 by T2 is equal to P3 V3 by T3 as pressure constant P2 V2. P3 and P2 P3 and P2 will cancel out. So V3 by V2 is equal to P3 by T2. P3 by V2 is equal to P3 by T2, and we have P3 as 1600 and P2 as 1884 because we have created. Okay, so we need not to calculate this. Okay, so V3 by V2 is the answer. Okay, we can just calculate T2 by T1. Okay, then uh, using this P2 V2 by T2 is equal to P3 V3 by T3 as if then we can convert V3 by V2 value 1.8 given as option B is the next. The thermal efficiency of an air standard Brayton cycle is 0.31. The pressure ratio across the turbine. We know that the thermal efficiency of Brayton cycle is 1 minus 1 by Rp, gamma minus 1 by gamma. So here the Rp is sorry, thermal efficiency is 0.35. So we can calculate Rp by putting the values. That is the straightforward. 4.516. Okay. Next. The system is isentropically expanded in a turbine from 80 bar to 7 bar. At the inlet turbine, H1 is 3246 kilojoule per kilogram and S1 is 6.52 kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, and it is expanded up to 7 bar, and the property of 7 bar is known as HF, HG, SF, and okay. The enthalpy of steam exiting the turbine at state 2 in kilojoule per kilogram is option A 2683.787, okay. Option B 2657.17, option C 1986.87, D 3354.17. So at the entry that one is this condition, okay, entropy, and at exit as the isentropic as the process in the turbine is isentropic. So add 2, the entropy will be same as that of 1. Okay. And let x be the inner fraction at 2. Then the entropy at 2 will be 2 plus 6.7 minus 2 into x. Okay. So that will be equal to 6.52. Okay. So x will be here 4.52 minus divided by 4.7. Okay. Now if we have x, we can calculate at point 2. At point 2. Okay. So it will be 697 plus x 2763 minus 697. Okay. Your x is 0.960. Okay. So this the sulfate exit in kilojoule per kilogram is 2633.87. Option A is right. Okay. Next. A thin insulating membrane separates two tanks initially filled with nitrogen bracket mean CV 21.6 joule per mole per degree Kelvin. Okay, for nitrogen mean CV is this, and carbon dioxide 11.6 joule per mole per degree Kelvin as shown below. Okay, so this is carrying 0.8 moles of N2 at 2 bar, and please assume this is carrying 0.2 moles of CO2 at 1 bar and 350 and it is perfectly uh, separated by a membrane. Okay. The membrane is ruptured and the gases are allowed to mix to form a homogeneous mixture at equilibrium. During the process, there are no heat or work interaction between the tank and the with the tank contact and the surrounding. final temperature at equilibrium in Kelvin is. Now Cv is given for Cv molar is given, okay, for N2 and Cv molar is given for CO2. Now we can calculate Cv of in terms of kilogram, okay, kilojoule per kilogram, right, divided it by molecular weight. So Cv and 2 will be your 0.77142 because molecular weight of nitrogen is 28. Similarly, Cv CO2 will be this 0.2631 and molecular weight of CO2 is your is 44. Okay. Similarly, we can calculate R also. Dividing Ru by molecular weight and here again dividing molecular Ru by molecular weight. Now from these two we can calculate Cv because if we calculate Cp because Cp is nothing but R plus Cv. Okay. For these two we can calculate Cp. Now Cp and 2. This is Cp and 2 is this Cp and 2 is in kilogram. So molar Cp. So uh, when these are mixed, okay, then we have a mixture, okay, of N2 and CO2. Okay, then we have to calculate the Cp of that mixture also. Okay, so for to calculate the mixture of this Cp, this mixture, to calculate the Cp of this mixture, we have to take molar Cp of N2 and molar Cp of CO2. So now again now but we have this CPS in kilojoules per kilogram, okay, and this CPS is also in kilojoules per kilogram. So now calculating Cp molar for N2. So that will be multiplied by molecular weight, okay, and again this is Cpm will be multiplied by molecular weight. So now this is your point 0.8. This is carrying point 0.8 mole. This is carrying point 0.2 mole. So total mole is 1 mole. Okay, so Cp uh, M for mixture, so Cp is Cp molar for mixture is 0.8 into Cp molar of N2 plus 0.2 Cp molar of CO2 divided by 1 because total is 1, total number of moles are 1. Okay, so this is your Cp molar. Okay, now the molecular weight of mixture is just because we have 0.8 moles of that nitrogen and zero point 0.2 moles of that CO2. So we can have this molecular weight as 0.8 into 28 plus 0.2 into 44 divided by number of moles. Okay, so that is 31.2 gram per mole. Okay, so molecular weight is now of the mixture is 31.2 gram per mole and Cp molar is here this. So we can get Cp by dividing by the molecular weight. Okay, so Cp will be 27.9 1 to divided by 31.2 where this is Cp molar, okay, of mixture and this is molecular weight of the mixture. So it comes out at 0.98946. Now we have 0.8946 kilojoules per kilogram per degree Kelvin. Okay, now we have Cp of uh, all these all these things that N2, CO2 add of mixture in terms of kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, so if and we have Mn2 as zero point 0.8 moles of N2 are present. So and molecular weight is your 28 grams per mole. Okay, so mass is mass of N2 is 22.4 grams and similarly mass of CO2 we can consider. Now we have this Mn2 and CO2 and total average emission of these two and CPN2, TN2 is your TN2 is your nothing but 350 and this is your T CO2 is your PCO2 is your 300. Okay, now we can calculate TF. Okay, CPM here this quantity. Okay, so answer is your 342.1. 342.1. Or answer is 0 something. There is an alternate method for doing this also. Okay. So first of all, calculate the volume of N2. Okay, that can be calculated by molecular number of moles into molecular weight divided by 1000. Okay, okay. Because point 8, point 8. Okay, and similarly the molecular weight of CO2 can be calculated. Okay. Now using this PV, total enthalpy of the N2 is total enthalpy of CO2 is equal to total enthalpy of like mixture. This is the same procedure. Okay, so answer is 342. Next, two moist air MASI MAS1 MAS1 and MAS2 are mixed adiabatically. The details of MAS1 and MAS2 are given below. So this is the detail where 42 enthalpy of MAS1 and so second is 80. While it is specific volume is 0.9, mass flow and volume flow rate is 87 and 90. With the pressure remaining same and with no work interaction during the mixing process, the enthalpy of the mixed steam uh, in kilojoule per kilogram of dye. So this can be denoted by using the fact that the enthalpy of the individual the MAS1 plus enthalpy of the individual MAS2 will be equal to total enthalpy of the mixture. Okay, so M1 H1 plus M2 H2 is equal to total mass M1 plus M2 HF. Okay, now M1 is your you can say it is mass flow rate. Mass flow rate is nothing but specific volume is you can take it as specific volume also. Okay. So total volume and so this is 85, this is 90, okay, and this is your uh, sorry. Here it is here sorry, passive when we multiply flow rate with this volume, we can get mass flow rate. Okay, then the mass flow rate multiplied by this H will be total enthalpy of the MAS1. Similarly, the total we can get 90 into 0.9 as MAS2, okay, mass of 2, and this is the enthalpy uh, specific enthalpy. So that will be total enthalpy. Now total enthalpy and then now total mass will be 85 into 0.85 and plus 90 into zero point 0.9 into HF. Okay, that HF is the final enthalpy. So HF will be 68.08. Okay, so answer is your yes option is B. Okay. Next, consider the flow of air through an insulated nozzle. The passenger pressure at the inlet are 120 kPa and 320 Kelvin respectively. The outlet pressure is 1 bar, the inlet velocity is very small, and the air undergoes irreversible adiabatic expansion, adiabatic process. The outlet velocity in meter per second. So here inlet pressure is 1 kPa, okay, 120 kPa, and temperature is 320 Kelvin, and the outlet pressure is 1 bar. Okay, as the isentropic process uh, or reversible adiabatic process is adiabatic process has been assumed, so we can use the isentropic relationship to find out the temperature at the exit. Okay, because we have pressure at inlet, pressure at outlet, temperature at inlet, so we can convert temperature at outlet. So this is CO2 is this. Okay, so V exit is nothing but change in enthalpy root. Okay, so as At inlet, at inlet the velocity is very very small. So we can take V exit as by using energy equation H1 minus H2. So H2 minus H1. H2 is your MCPT2 and H1 is your MCPT1. Okay. So this is your 2 into 1005 into 320 minus 303.5. Okay. So this comes out 185.68. Option B is the option B is the analytical. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.